Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Let's Play Blue Side Defense 5 Deluxe Edition 200 Ram Challenge. I don't think I actually said the 200 Ram Challenge in the last episode. I just said Blue Side Defense 5 Deluxe Edition. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let's continue on with these random challenges. And let's see, near and far, beat Snake River Medium with tank shooters, sniper monkeys, ice towers, mortars, and dartlings. Start around 35 with 10,000 cash. So basically, I don't know, I was going to say basically the same as last time, but it's totally different from last time. It's just that we're starting off around 30. Which is pretty nice. Starting with 10,000 cash. I'm going to go with a dartling gun way over here. I'm going to get plutonium darts first because I know that this is going to be the lead round. Wait a minute. Is this not? Oh, round 35. Okay. Then in that case, I think I'm going to still stick with the dartling gun. It's just that now I have to be a little bit slower. I might get laser cannon just to help out a little bit because I'm kind of leaking a couple lives. I was expecting it to be the lead round because I was thinking that was going to start on round 30 rather than 35. But anyways, let's see if I can just get through here because I think it said go through 30 rounds of medium, not start on round 30, which is what confused me. But anyways, so I was actually kind of hoping to get the whatchamacallit, the hydrorocopods, because those would have been a little bit nicer in my opinion, but I guess the laser cannon works too. See, what I like about this setup, especially now with the laser cannon rather than the hydrorocopods, is that my lasers like cross through like 3 or 4 spots on the actual river, which is pretty nice. But let's see, I might still prefer hydrorocopods for the clumps, although because the balloons are coming in from 2 different streams, it's a little harder for them to clump together. So I think the laser cannon might have been a better choice. Especially with the plutonium darts, so that I didn't, or depleted plutonium, I think, so that I didn't have to worry about the lead. Because unfortunately, even the laser cannon can't pop lead. You need the depleted plutonium. I don't even know if like the what's it called, the Ray of Doom can pop through lead. I'm assuming it can, because I'd be really sad if it couldn't. But I think you do need depleted plutonium for all these. But go up to that one. And then I think we're going to get hydrorocopods on this one, so I'm going to have to get the depleted plutonium again for the second dartling gun. But anyways, let's see. What round is this? It's still only 39. Obviously, I didn't play for that long so far. But let's see. Once I get the depleted plutonium, or no, once I get the hydrorocopods, then I'm going to get an ice tower right here where my mouse is, right about here. So that then I can slow down balloons a little bit more to clump them together a bit better so that the hydrorocopod can be a little bit more effective. Not that it's not necessarily good without it, it's just that it's helpful to have them a little bit more clumped together when dealing with an area of effect damage type of tower thing. And I don't know, I kind of feel like talking about League of Legends. And I know that I feel like every time I mention League of Legends, Hyena's going to mention how he was saying League of Angels, not League of Legends, but I know you're talking about League of Angels, which is that I want to talk about League of Legends, because I think it's a really great game. The community, of course, is always a bit hit or miss, whether or not they're going to be really toxic people, or really helpful people, or just somewhere in the middle, I guess. But for me, I've been playing a lot. I used to play a whole bunch of ARAM, like that was all I ever played. If you know what League of Legends is, then this will make sense. If you don't know what League of Legends is, it probably won't really make any sense at all. But I used to play a lot of ARAM just because I liked the randomness of it, of obviously having a different champion every time, mostly every time. But because whenever I played Super Smash Brothers with me and my family, we would always, or I would always choose a different character pretty much every time, and eventually I would just start doing random whenever we played Brawl or Project M, which has nothing to do with League of Legends. But anyways, going back to ARAM, I liked the fact of, or the idea of not necessarily choosing your champion, because I didn't really like playing as the same champion over and over again, because I would feel like the gameplay kind of got stale and I'd like be doing the same thing every time. But now that I've really started to learn how to play the game a little bit better in general, like obviously I knew the basics, but learning a bit more in depth on how the normal game works, I started doing Team Builder a little bit more, and I like playing as Vel'Koz. I specifically like playing as mid lane mages because then I don't have to worry about like, is my partner going to be doing well? Can we both take down this lane well or whatever? Like, it's just me against the one other opponent. Like, I don't have to worry about teammates necessarily. I still have to keep an eye on them just to make sure that they're not doing too bad, that they don't need me to come in and help them or anything, even though that's really more the job of the jungler. But anyways, so yeah, Vel'Koz, what I really like about him is how well his abilities combo off of each other, and he doesn't have very long cooldowns, but he is still a bit of a burst mage, in my opinion, rather than more of like sustained damage. And again, this is really only going to make sense to people that play League of Legends. So I definitely recommend that you guys play League of Legends, and I might do a video or two about it. But yeah, so as Vel'Koz, I really like him because his abilities stack with each other, and his abilities are all skill shots. So like, it's a little bit more based on how well I can use them rather than how well the abilities themselves do damage or whatever, which sounds a little bit braggy, like, oh yeah, it's because I'm so skillful with Vel'Koz. No, it's just that, like, it's more based on my skill, I guess, than the game skill. Again, that kind of sounds a little bit braggy, but then whenever, like, it's a big team fight or I kind of freak out because my enemy does something strange, like, I can then miss with my skill shots, and then, like, the advantage that I have by being able to use them different ways kind of goes against me by being able to miss and just waste them in different ways, rather than a champion like Garen or something, where it's kind of hard to waste one of his abilities. I mean, it's not impossible, obviously, but it's a little bit harder because they're not really the skill shots. It's not really about how you use them. It's more about the ability itself, which, again, if you think about it, like, and again, I always say, never mind. It's not so much about, every ability isn't so much about the power of the ability itself, but more about how you use it. But skill shots, I think, in particular, have that sort of mentality a bit differently. I mean, the abilities don't have a mentality, but you have to have that mentality about those abilities, I guess, if that makes sense. But anyways, back to this game, the game I'm actually playing. I'm going to get a Ring of Fire on that side, and let's see, that costs 4,195, so once I get about 4,200, I'm going to build another one on the other side, and then maybe a third one right under the ice tower. That way we've got a little bit more area of effect damage to help out the ice tower, the Arctic Wind, which still isn't an Arctic Frost. Which, I mean, I feel like I haven't gotten an Arctic Frost in a while, which is technically a Viral Frost ice tower. It's just that because of the Arctic Wind and then Viral Frost, I feel like Arctic Frost sounds a bit cooler. Or Viral Wind, but that sounds a little odd. That sounds like you're just having some kind of disease. Anyways, let's upgrade this one, and I wanted to wait till I was able to get a Ring of Fire on it before I placed it, because the frozen balloons would be a little bit difficult for the normal attack towers to attack shooters to pop. And I'm gonna get another Arctic Wind over on this side because of any Moabs that get through this initial frozen part. Once I pop them down here at the bottom, then all the ceramics that come out of them, I would like them to be frozen over here on this ice tower. Like this one in particular, this Moab that makes it all the way over here. Having an Arctic Wind right there would be really helpful to get rid of all the ceramics that come out of it, like I already mentioned. And camo balloons never really pose that big of a threat as long as you have some powerful tower. Did I say that weird? Powerful tower? Anyways, a tower that can actually pop the camo balloons. Obviously, no balloon is really that difficult if you have something powerful enough to defeat it, but specifically the camo balloons, because they're never really that high a tier of a balloon, even though they're able to bypass most of my common defenses, like glaive throwers and stuff. But let's see, this is not going too well, but I mean, yeah, I can take down a Moab pretty well with just my glaive ricochet. And again, I apologize if the audio sounds kind of weird. I haven't really tested it, like, I haven't recorded it and then listened to it back again. But just because the way that my setup is, now I've got my my TV monitor a bit higher, and then like the shelf that it's sitting on kind of blocks the mic a little bit. Not too much, I don't think, so like I said, it might sound a little bit weird, but hopefully it should be alright. And I think now I'm going to go for another Dartling gun to get some better Moab defense. Or I could go for some snipers, I suppose. Yeah, you can get a sniper. Doesn't really matter where I place it, it's just that was close to where my mouse was already, so and I'm going to set it to strongest. So let's see, and also it would kind of help a little bit with the camera detection, but again, not really a big deal for the camera detection. And I think I actually am going to save up for a cripple Moab, because that'll be a bit more helpful for taking down the Moab classes and taking them down earlier on the track rather than just taking them down in general, because that'll be helpful with getting the ceramic balloons out faster so that they'll actually be frozen by that first ice tower rather than just having to rely on the second one to slow them down enough with my Dartling gun. Although, you know, seeing it, well, yeah, I guess I'll do that. Plus then I won't have to worry about it creating any clumps with its firing, but that doesn't really matter because I've got the Rings of Fire and Ice Towers and Dartling gun, so the clumps that the snipers make don't really make a big difference. But it would still be nice just to be able to get rid of a whole ceramic balloon in one shot, even if it doesn't fire very quickly, and then just get the camera detection again, just in case, just as a little bit of extra support. And then, considering it's already round 58, and I'm only going to round 65, I think I won't get a couple Moab in that case. I think I'm just going to keep using it as a general Moab buster, even without its upgrade for the cripple Moab. I'm just going to get another one again for the right side, 3-2 rather than 2-3, which I usually get. Which again, I don't know. I feel like a 2-3 is probably better as a Moab buster rather than a 3-2, even though a 4-2 would probably be better than a 2-3. Did I say that correctly? I think I did. You probably know what I mean. And there's a lot of times when I'm editing the video or something, or I might like watch it back for some reason, and I realize that I misspoke on some part that I'm like, wait a minute, do they know what I meant on that one? Because I kind of said the opposite of what I meant, and I hope they caught what I meant the first time. But I don't know. Let's see. Any suggestions? Well, no, never mind. I was about to say any suggestions for games I should play, but I don't necessarily want any suggestions for games to play. Not necessarily that I don't care about your guys' opinion. Like, I do care about what you guys want to see me play. It's just that at the moment, there's so many games that I really want to play that, like, my requests are closed at the moment. I've already got stuff lined up for the rest of the year, basically, depending on whether or not I can get a 3DS capture device in time, which I really want to. And I get kind of frustrated with myself for not being very good with money as far as saving up for the things that help me with my YouTube channel, and just being a really big procrastinator in general. But anyways, yeah, I really hope I can get that out for you guys. Specifically Pokemon, Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. 3DS. It would obviously be nice. I would enjoy playing that game, but as far as a Let's Play, I'm not sure exactly how well it would go in general, so I think Pokemon's definitely the first on the list for Let's Plays. And then, of course, like Super Mario 3D Land or Donkey Kong. I would actually like to do a 3DS Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Not Tropical Freeze, just the Donkey Kong Country Returns. I'm not even sure if Tropical Freeze is on the 3DS. I don't think it is. I don't know. But anyways, I haven't actually even beaten that game, but it would just be cool to do a Let's Play of it because it's a really cool platformer, in my opinion. Donkey Kong is sort of like the more challenging platformer than Mario, just because the controls are a little bit harder, which, I mean, I don't want to say that it's a more difficult game because the controls are harder, but in general, I'd say the controls are a little bit more slippery, not necessarily clunkier, but just they're not quite as free as Mario feels, I guess, which in turn does make the Donkey Kong games a little bit harder, but it's more to it than just that. The collectibles are a little bit more well hidden, and there's more stages that make the platforming a little bit harder, which I think is pretty cool. A little bit more based on timing rather than just running through all fast. But anyways, and also the combat is a little bit better, in my opinion. Yeah, the way they use it is a little bit better. But anyways, let's see, what else is there to talk about? I'm almost at the end of this, so not a big deal. Yeah, if you play League of Legends, what's your favorite champ and or role to do? I mean, I can probably assume what your favorite role is based on your champion, but there's some champions that have multiple roles, so I guess, I don't know. And if any of you haven't played League of Legends, I definitely recommend that you do play it, because I think it's a really cool game. Obviously, you do need a good internet connection, and I don't know why I said obviously if there's no reason for it to actually be obvious, but you do need a pretty good internet connection to be able to play it very well, and a relatively decent computer. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.